Good morning. Now, you all know that this week is our virtual sports week. Now, it's been amazing because some of you have been doing races with your brothers and your sisters, and some of you have managed to do it with your friends, which has been lovely to see. So don't forget to do the races and send us a photograph or a video, and then we can tell Miss Agar and we'll earn ourselves lots of points for our class. Now, I couldn't find a book about a normal sports race, but I found one here called Race to the Moon and Back. It's got two silly inventors in it. I thought I'd read it to you. The race to the moon and back. Next door neighbours Albert and Arthur were as different as could be. Albert was neat with a perfectly curled moustache and spotless house. Arthur was messy with a bushy beard and house full of clutter and cobwebs. They had just one thing in common. Albert and Arthur were both inventors. Which one do you think's Albert, the clean one, and which one's Arthur, the scruffy one? I think this is Albert and this one's Arthur. Inventors. You know, some of you are inventors because you make things out of Lego. Inventors usually make things that nobody else has made before, or they make some things in a different way, don't they? One day, Albert heard a crash in the next door neighbour's garden. Looking up, he saw Arthur working on a rickety ladder next to a strange machine. "What on earth's that?" shouted Albert. "What do you think Arthur's making?" "It looks like a rocket." "It's a spaceship," replied Arthur. "I'm going to the moon." Albert laughed. "I bet I could get there first," he said. "No way," said Arthur. "I'll be much faster than you." "Let's have a race," said Albert with a grin. "First one to the moon and back is the best inventor." Now we've done about speech bubbles, and this is a thinking bubble. Look, can you see the dots? They're both thinking about the race, and they've built their rockets in their minds, and they're having a race to the moon. Do you think they'll manage to make the rockets? Let's see. Albert crashed and clattered as he scrambled to build his own spaceship. "Mine's almost ready," shouted Arthur, cramming his ship with everything he might need. Look, he'd already built his, so he's putting all of his things in, because he likes to take lots of things everywhere, like in his house, he's got lots of clutter. Albert panicked and grabbed all of his best inventions. "I'll need my super sticky space glue," Albert heard Arthur say. Albert laughed. "Your glue's rubbish. I'm packing my marvellous melting machine." Oh, he's a very smart inventor and always made a rocket. I wonder if Dog's going with him. He's got like a space helmet on, look. What was that he's just made? Oh, he's packing his marvellous melting machine. At last, everything was ready. The ground shook. The spaceship roared. 3, 2, 1, blast off! Ooh. With a blast of engines, Albert zoomed ahead. "Not so fast!" yelled Arthur as he pulled a turbo boost lever and went into the lead. Oh, he's got 3 booster rockets. Look, on that one's only got 2. Albert and Arthur raced neck and neck through the deep, dark, black sky and twinkling stars. They were so busy racing that they didn't see the moon come closer and closer. Oh, I think this might be the moon. Until, thud, clatter, smash! The spaceships landed on the moon. Oh dear, they don't look like they've landed. They look like they've crashed. The doors of both the rockets clanged open as Albert and Arthur tumbled out. "I told you my ship was the best," said Albert. "No, it's not," argued Arthur. "I got here first." As they argued, neither of them noticed a dark shadow looming over them. "Ugh!" a rumbling voice growled. Albert and Arthur stopped arguing. "Looks like a space monster." It says, "Keep out." Don't think he wants to share the moon with Albert and Arthur, do you? A huge green alien grabbed Arthur's spaceship. He sniffed it, opened his mouth wide, and took a huge bite. Crunch! Oh no! Albert's legs started to shake. Arthur wanted to run away. "Yuck! Yeah!" spat the alien and dropped the spaceship with a thud. The alien snatched Albert's spaceship next and ate a mouthful of the roof. "Yum, yum," it said, and slithered away and sat down to eat. Look, Albert and Arthur and their dog and their cat are hiding in a crater while the alien chomps on their spaceships. Oh no! Oh no! Exclaimed Albert. How are we going to get home? Don't ask me, said Arthur. The race was all your idea. You started it, said Albert. If you hadn't built that silly rocket, we wouldn't be in this mess. Oh dear, they're arguing again. Arthur was about to argue back when a loud made them jump. The alien had finished eating and had fallen asleep. It's got a big dummy in. Maybe a big baby alien. We haven't got time to argue, whispered Arthur. Albert nodded. You're right. If we work together, I'm sure we can mend your spaceship and get home. I need my marvellous melting machine. Ooh, they're going to look for the bits that have come out of spaceships and they're going to work together. Dreamwork, teamwork. The top of the spaceship had been broken into lots of pieces and the door had been torn away. So Albert used his marvellous melting machine and Arthur found his super sticky space glue. They used the space glue to mend the door and fitted it to the gap with a clang. Look, marvellous melting machines fixed the roof and the sticky super glue has fixed the door. Next, Albert and Arthur hammered the pieces of the spaceship back together. It was like a giant jigsaw puzzle. I see lots of aliens watching. Do you think they look like scary aliens? They just look like cute, colourful aliens, don't they? Also, they've put pieces of Albert's rocket and pieces of Arthur's rocket and they've made one. Because theirs were both broken, weren't they? Suddenly, a loud growl shook the ground. They looked at the alien and it yawned. One eye flickered open. Quick! Yelled Albert. The alien was wide awake and wiggling closer. Oh, look, they're running away from the big alien. Even the little aliens are running away from the big alien. Albert and Arthur scrambled into the spaceship and pulled the door shut with a clang. They quickly pressed the big red button. Oh, can you see the big alien's eyes looking through the window, the portal? Oh, they're going to press the big red button and blast off! As they watched the alien disappear into the distance, Arthur said, right, let's go home. Albert looked out into space. Why don't we go and explore another planet instead, he said. Arthur grinned. Yeah, let's go on another adventure. He pulled the turbo lever and they zoomed towards the stars. Can you spy the alien? It's on the moon, look, watching. I think it looks a bit like an octopus, but don't think it's got 8 legs. Wow, they've worked together and they're going to explore the stars. This looks like the Milky Way, not the chocolate. Oh, and there's the plans that inventors like to make for their new inventions. I think they call them blueprints. They've done it on blue paper, look, and they've written it in white, and that's both of their rockets pieces all fastened together. Now, there is a sports game that you can play and you have to work together. It's called the three-legged race. And maybe mummies and daddies might remember doing the wheelbarrow race when they were children. I used to like doing that, and you need 2 people for that. I wonder if you could work together to do that sort of a race, like they worked together to escape from the alien. Okay, have fun everybody. Bye.